So we did kind of like bust a pipe. Hey everyone, we are out at the property for 2 days. We just got here. It is Thursday. We're going to stay till tomorrow and probably leave maybe mid-afternoon, depending. So we have a list. We all know how that goes. But ideally, we would like to, well, Ben already started working on tightening the water line. In the last vlog, we showed you we had water. It was so exciting. But we didn't go around and tighten everything. I don't know if he mentioned that. So we did kind of like bust a pipe. Not really, it's not bad, it's very fixable. So we're putting that together and then we're gonna tighten everything down. And then we should be pretty solid. And that's just, I can't even believe it, honestly. I cannot. It seems like it's been like a 3-4 month project, unfortunately. But it's taken so long. We were so frustrated over it for so long that it just doesn't feel real. So anyway, that is on the priority list. We're not going to cover it up. We do have a few, I guess, spots we need to check for leaks because when we tested it, it was raining. So we still need to run it and check it and check all the valves. We're not going to cover it up. So, you know, we have these mounds of dirt next to it. We're not going to do that because we're going to do that with the tractor whenever we get it out here. Next time, we just use Ben's dad's tractor. And then after that, well, what I'm doing now, Ben's going to work on that. I am going to the dome. Let's go to the dome because it's hot out here in the sun. We already were just at the garden too. It looks amazing. We'll take you there because we have a lot to plant. So anyway, in the dome, and I don't know, we showed you the curtains, the dogs. I don't know if you can see them. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you can see it is a mess in here. We want to start work on the floors. So we need to clean it out. What I'm doing right now is I gotta take down my couch, my camping couch. Love that thing. But we haven't really been spending time camping out here just because we get so exhausted and then, you know, and we go home or we stay somewhere else. So I haven't been camping in here. We need to take it down. And he found his mallet.
I got a hammer.
So I gotta take that down and then I'm gonna just take all of the rest of the stuff out of here. We're gonna take them to the storage areas. So the shed right now, like the rabbit house is the storage shed right now. And then we have some floor work to do. Mainly cleaning, of course. It's very dirty. I'm gonna sweep that all up. There's just a random washer here on the floor. We're gonna sweep that up and we got a putty all the holes and cracks and everything. So we need to do that soon, that way it can dry. And then I think, Ben will correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we do primer next. Just floor, all over the floor. So I think that's after the putty. Hopefully we'll get to that tomorrow. I have no idea how long the putty is gonna take to dry and all of that jazz, so. Like I said, we have a list. We just don't know if it's gonna actually happen. Another thing we want to do, we brought some plants to plant out in the garden, which I said I'll take you to in a little while. And we're also going to pull up some of the dahlia tubers, just the seedlings for this week. And then I'm gonna take cuttings of the dahlia known varieties. And we'll take those home. But that's something for tomorrow because I want to do it, well, the cuttings, I want to do it before we're going home so I can get them in their proper environment so that they can root. Anyway, I'm gonna clean this all up and we'll revisit it. I don't know, I think Ben actually is gonna do, while I do the floor, Ben's gonna work on the wall structure because we're missing, let's see, where is it? Obviously we have the beams running up this way. There's only one up there right now. And then we have one that's gonna go here, like kind of as a door frame, but we're not gonna have a door. It's gonna be like a curtain or something. So it just needs the stability, right? So just, I'm thinking a beam right here and then we'll do a support one across. So I'm hoping that's what he's planning. I thought that's what we talked about. I'm just assuming. But that's what's on the list, and I hope we can get it done because it'll feel really good to actually get some dome work done. I feel, you know, after we don't do something in here for quite a while, it gets a little stale and we feel like we haven't progressed in a really long time. So anyway, I'm gonna get to moving some of this stuff. Some progress has been made. This is where we're at right now. This is the problem I always face. I actually don't know how it got in the box when I brought it here. I don't know if like someone I knew put it in there, because I know I didn't, because anytime I try to get something back in the box like that, it doesn't happen. So I'm waiting for Ben to finish up what he's doing, and then he's gonna help me do that. Maybe. I didn't tell him that's what he's gonna help me do, but I'm sure he can get it in the box. Anyway, you can see it's already looking a little bit better in here. I have this pile of stuff to load up in the truck. I just loaded it up, and Ben drove it up there, and I think he's gonna unload it. Here's a washer floor. But even over here, you guys I don't think you saw the before over here, but there were chairs and all kinds of stuff. I got our trash bin going, and then this table is kind of like some stuff we need to keep in here, so I don't know what we should do there. Because like there's nails for this contraption, there's like an adhesive spreader. Oh, I just got a splinter. There's things for the insulation, so I think we might want to keep a box of that here. Just the broom fell, it scared me. I think we'll keep that. Just like we don't have a nice little spot. And then I can't wait to have this all open and ready for us to start working on. I need to find all the materials that we need to. I think they're all up in the shed up there, like the adhesive and the putty and the knife, like putty knife. So anyway, got some random things. I'm just making piles right now to load up in the truck to take up there, or in the car. I can take whatever. I should load up the car now actually. And then what's left will be those two items, the couch and the sawhorse contraption. But then after that, we're good. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but we had an electrician finally come out this morning. So excited about that, because I don't actually remember if we mentioned it at all, but we've been trying to get an electrician out here for months, but nobody answers their phones. And then this one guy decided to come out, and we were so thankful. He was really super nice, and he said he's gonna give us a quote by Monday. Crossed. He checked out the dome and everything. He said everything will be fine. He has a plan. They have a plan. They talked about it. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm pretty excited that we'll be able to move forward with the electrician stuff, since that's taken a while. And there's Holly. Hey, buddy. Oh, there's Ben. There he goes. Word on the street is that the water line is working. But we'll check back in with Ben.
Last water issue is resolved.
It has been resolved?
Yep, it's not leaking there anymore.
So we're functioning?
Yep, it's coming out of the garden, and check one more time for leaks, but we'll leave it overnight and see what happens.
This is crazy! So yeah, we will leave it running. We have valves, shut-off valves. You've probably seen them at certain points. We're gonna leave them all on, let it run all the way to the garden. We have the hydrant, so obviously it's not running, but we'll leave it on all night, come back in the morning, and check to see for any wet spots. Really hoping that this is the last for the water line, because I've had it. I've truly had it with the water line. I know Ben's had it with the water line. Early! But anyway, I gotta finish up making some piles in here, and then hopefully we'll be able to get this couch in the box. All right, everything is cleaned up except for that. We decided that we would leave it and put all of the stuff that we actually need to keep in here for the projects there that we're about to take on. So we just left that. But we did. Ben got the couch in the box. And everything is moved except for the trash bag, the vacuum, and just things that I'm currently using, and the broom. So I just swept up a lot of the floor. We have a little bit more to go. And then I'm gonna run through with the vacuum. So we have these batteries for the vacuum, but for some reason, like, most of them have crapped out and only one works for an extended amount of time. So I'm gonna try to work pretty fast. That's why I wanna get everything swept up first with the broom. And then I'm basically gonna just hit these corners here with the vacuum, and like anywhere that, any like small corners that the broom couldn't really get. So I have to decide where that's gonna be because I gotta act fast. And then after that I could start puttying. I did bring my putty knife, and my battery's dying. This floor patch. So this should be fun. I'm listening to an audiobook and just hanging out here. I was watching the dogs. Ben was gonna work on this, I think, but he decided he wanted to work on some of the invasive plants that we have, so we're ripping them out and all of that stuff, and there's some privet up front that he wanted to get started on, so he decided to start on that, and I was like, that's fine. I'll just chill in here because the floor's gonna take a while, so I'm sure tomorrow he could even do this if he still wants to. I'm not sure. Not sure his plans. He's not here. So that's what he's off doing right now. I was supposed to watch the dogs. They were trapped in here, but I'm out of breath because it's hot in here. They were trapped in here, but then they snuck out or got out when I was emptying the dustpan on the broom. And now I have them trapped in the car. Don't worry, the windows are down and it's shady and they're sleeping. They were more than happy to get in there, so I'll probably bring them in here soon since they kept wanting to follow Ben, and he's up front by the road. So we wanted to keep them down here. And I think they kind of forgot about it now. It's been like a half an hour, so I think I'll let them out here shortly after I finish sweeping. But I also don't want to let them out because I don't want them coming in here since I have cleaned up most of the dirt, so I'm torn on that. I don't know what to do. But anyway, that's what I'm working on now.
Hi. Went on a walk with the puppy.
There's a puppy, and I'm done with the floor. I used the whole tub of floor stuff. You can kind of see it. It dries very fast. I think I did everything except for just a few lines in between things, but I don't think they need them. And then we're gonna head out to the garden and work on some things, and then we'll come back tomorrow. Alright, I didn't film much in the garden. It was just really hot. We wanted to work quickly, plus we're hungry and tired. But I pulled up all of the seedlings, all of the ones we were keeping. I think we planted, gosh, like 50 plus seedlings, and we ended up with just one crate full. I'll show you in a second. Here it is. I don't know if all of these will make it through storage or anything, but I washed them off. I need to let them air out overnight, and then we're going to put vermiculite over them. Well, I'm going to space them out a little bit more, a little better, but and trim them up just a tiny bit. But I'm trying to see how many plants. I forget how many there were. There's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 or 12-ish plants. I actually saw this little guy here. I didn't know I was keeping that one. It never bloomed, and it turned out to be the cutest little white fluffy one. But it was the first time it was blooming. It was really small, so it only had a little tiny itty-bitty clump of tubers. So I don't know if she'll make it through the storage, but it would be really nice to see that one next year. It was really cute. It was a lot like Petra's wedding, kind of like a small ball almost. And I think we were wrapping up for today. Ben cut some grass and now he is, you can't see him, it's all washed out back there, but now he's putting the fence back up, the electric fence. And then we'll be heading out of here. And then we'll be back tomorrow. Hey everyone, we are out here starting things off in the garden. I'm taking cuttings for from the dahlias, and Ben has grabbed the tripod. He's somewhere back there, I can't see him, blinded by the light, and he is planting the broccoli and bok choy and cabbage, cauliflower, brassicas. We are using the section that we pulled the dahlia seedlings from, just over there.
All right, so a quick October run through of what the garden looks like out here on the farm.
Look at this pretty flower.
Still got flowers, lots of flowers. We've still got 2 full rows of dahlias, mostly full. I think we pulled like maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
I planted like some bok choy and like some late cucumbers out here, but we have yet to get a cucumber. I think we'll get 1 or 2 before our first frost. But most of these dahlias are staying in. We might pull
50%
some.
50% at least, I'd say.
Yeah, we'll pull some up. We're taking cuttings right now. But yeah, so 2 20-foot rows of dahlias. And then we have this row, which was peanuts, and then a bunch of dahlia seedlings. We still got some of the dahlia seedlings in the middle. Where the peanuts were, we pulled those about a week ago. Where those were, we planted some spinach. So hopefully we get some of that germinating here soon. And then I'm about to plant on the other side of this row, the other half I'd say, a bunch of broccoli and cauliflower that is probably a little late, but should overwinter nicely. And then our last and the 4th row here was tomatoes. We actually had sweet potatoes, tomatoes, and then corn, and there's still 1 watermelon right there. But we're starting to plan out some of the other brassicas we have. We got some scarlet kale here. We've got some Chinese cabbage, and then a few like green cabbages, some purple cabbage, and then I think 1 or 2 purple sprouting broccolis on the end. And yeah, so that's kind of the main garden section. We've got our crazy compost pile and still got some pumpkins going here. Some of the Casper pumpkins. Some of the other seedlings we're going to plant out. Some lettuce and some more broccoli and bok choy. Kind of a mess up here. We're trying to kill some of the grass so that we can start planting in this next year. See our late watermelon here. I'm not sure if that'll fully ripen before frost, but we will see. Briar's on guard duty, chasing some of the birds. I don't know if you can see those. Here, Briar. Good girl. So we still do have this section back here, which was another like no-till section, but we didn't really use any cardboard or anything. We just kind of added, a top layer of mulch, and then planted straight into just the, untilled ground. Been harvesting quite a few eggplants from these 2 plants here. I believe those are the long purples. And there's a pretty nice sized pumpkin watermelon. And then we got lots of peppers still ripening up. A few have died on there, but still some nice peppers. Peppers there. And then we've got these, which I thought were lilacs, but they look a little interesting, but they're really nice. And then these purple Marconis. Okay. Okay. And then some of the lilacs, nice size purple bell pepper. And yeah, we still do have lots of these pumpkins that are still clumping up. This section was similar to what I just showed you with all the peppers and eggplants, except with like pumpkins, squash, cantaloupes, but most of that has died off and we got quite a few good harvests out of that. And then this is our asparagus section. So we dug a trench and planted a bunch of asparagus earlier this year. And then this is where we had some of our sunflowers that we just let go to seed and let the wildlife have them. But here's our last massive pumpkin. It's another one of the Casper pumpkins, but that one's huge. So yeah, that's the garden right now. A little chaotic, but hey, it's still the first year out here. And these 4 kind of main beds that were mostly dahlias are really just amazing. Like compared to what we've had previously, it's just crazy. But yeah, I got a good bit of planting to do, so I might take y'all along for some of that. But yeah, let's get into it.